Friends, the story begins by showing the forest where some people were cutting trees. They were cleaning the southern part of the forest at this time. Everything remains normal throughout the day, but as the evening falls, all of them suddenly disappear somewhere. The supervisor tries to contact the head of all of them, but there is no response from the other side. Here the head goes alone into the forest, which was his biggest mistake, and after some time a dangerous creature comes here and attacks him and kills him here. After this, the scene shifts to a distance of 90 miles from the southern part of the forest where we are shown the Sheriff Paul of this town, who was sitting alone in a park at this time. He looks very disappointed and sad on seeing him. Then we see a man named Ron who had 13 horses, but now he is only 12. Ron takes the help of Paul and Donnie to find one of his horses. During the investigation, both of them guess that perhaps the horse must have gone out after seeing the gate open, so they decide this case. They put him in a cold bus and leave from here. While leaving, they see Ron's daughter with a horse. Donnie is looking at her with loving eyes, then Paul greets her and says that Ron had shot her last boyfriend. Paul goes straight from here to his son Adam. Paul's wife's name was Susan. Both of them used to stay away from each other due to some reason. Susan used to live at her mother's house. Paul takes Adam to his house and then starts making dinner. Meanwhile, Adam asks Paul, when will Mummy stay with you? Paul says with great sadness that it will take time for both of us. Both of them were still talking when Paul feels the sound of someone being in the house. When Paul goes to check, there is no one there. Seeing this, Paul carefully puts his son Adam to sleep and goes to sleep himself. The next morning, when Donnie comes to Paul's house, there are footprints of some animal outside. Seeing this, Paul also gets confused. When both of them follow these footprints are found. There are footprints all over the road and they go towards the forest. In the forest, Paul and Donnie see some strange marks. Paul inquires about this from the forest department, and the people of the forest department tell him that they neither know anything about this animal nor have they heard anything related to it. These footprints become a mystery, due to which the people of the town start getting scared. Paul tries very hard to gather information about this animal, but he does not get anything and finally ends their fear by telling the townspeople that it was just a prank. After this, we see Paul talking to the church father. The father tells him that my dog has suddenly disappeared somewhere, so he asks him to write a missing report. On the other hand, we see Donnie, who was in Paul's room at this time. He takes out a child's photo from Paul's drawer and starts looking at it very carefully. After this, when Paul goes to buy goods from the store, a girl named Clara also questions Paul about the animal that came to the town, and then a boy named Jim interrupts and says that my grandfather Jim had told that there is something scary in that forest which can put us in danger. But Paul does not believe any of his words. Jim takes the name of Donnie here and tells that Donnie is behind all this. Hearing this, Paul scolds Jim a lot and leaves from there in anger. Outside, Paul meets a hunter named Al. He tells Paul that earlier there used to be a large number of deer in this forest, but now deer are not seen anywhere. It seems as if all the deer have disappeared somewhere. Paul also does not feel right after listening to Earl, and he goes to Susan's house to pick up Adam. Susan tells Paul that when I and Adam went to the park, all the children there were talking the Demon Man has come, and those footprints were also his. Adam got very scared of this. Here from the conversation of both of them, we also come to know that both of them had separated 6 months ago, and the reason for this was also very big. After talking, Susan sends Adam with Paul, and when both of them are on the way, a strange dangerous animal comes in front of their car, and seeing them, it quickly runs away towards the forest. Paul decides to get out of the car to see this animal, and for safety, orders Adam to stay inside the car. When Paul goes inside the forest, he sees Ron's horse's neckband here. Apart from this, he does not see anything far and wide. So Paul comes back to his car, but when he looks in the car, Adam is not there. Seeing this, Paul's senses fly away. He calls Adam a lot, but there is no response. Then his eyes go to his horse, and when he goes home and checks, Adam is inside. Seeing Adam, Paul gets a new life and he hugs him. On the other hand, we see Donnie, who had come to Earl's bar and serves Donnie a drink, and then both of them start talking. Al tells Donnie a story related to the forest which his grandmother had told him. Al says that there is a dwelling of spirits in that forest and also about a boy. I also reveal that he had suddenly disappeared some time ago, and when he was searched in the forest, he was found hanging from a tree 30 feet above. Al's words create fear in Donnie's mind and he gets very scared. The next day, Paul and Susan together go to Adam's school and have a meeting with the principal. The principal complains about Adam because he used the wrong word, and also tells that whenever Adam mentions his brother, it seems from his words as if he is still alive, whereas Adam's brother had died some time ago. There is an argument between Susan and the principal regarding this, after which Susan and Paul leave from there. When Paul is passing through the road, he sees his son's grave, seeing which he becomes a little emotional, and then he sees Donnie standing on the other side, who comes to him after seeing Paul. After a few gets a chance, it attacks all three of them one by one. After some time, Paul passes through the forest and suddenly he remembers his son, and while behaving strangely, he starts calling his son. Hearing Paul's voice, a hunter comes to him who was very injured. Paul takes him from here to help him and then interrogates him. This hunter tells everything that happened in the forest. Hearing this, Paul also understands that the forest is very dangerous and whatever creature is in that forest is very cunning and it is dangerous. Meanwhile, Al calls Paul and asks him to come to the forest quickly. When Paul goes to the forest and looks, the bodies of those two hunters are present on the tree. They were killed very brutally. Seeing this, Paul orders everyone to leave the forest and himself asks the forest department team to come here. In the evening, due to the snowy weather, all the people of the town sit in their homes and the town becomes empty. When Donnie goes to Paul's house to meet him, Paul shows him a report and tells him about the disappearance of the team of loggers. Actually, these were the same woodcutters who were shown in the beginning of the movie. According to Paul, the creature was freed from their due to clearing the forest. After some time, Jim comes to Paul's house and shows him a video in which the creature is seen running and suddenly disappearing. After everyone leaves, Paul hears Adam's screaming voice because the creature had come to his house. Paul quickly locks Adam in the bathroom and calls Donnie for help. Donnie calls the creature. He tries to catch them but to no avail. Then Paul and Donnie take everyone in town to the church. They take them to the church for safety, but a lot of creatures come outside the church as well. Paul sends everyone to the basement and himself fights the creatures along with Donnie. Meanwhile, one creature injures Donnie, but Johnny also stabs it on its shoulder. After this, Paul kills the creature and everyone comes out of the basement and are very happy. But then Donnie and Paul notice that the creature's wounds are healing themselves. Subscribe to the channel by liking and sharing the video and press the bell icon so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. See you till the next video. Bye bye, take care.